Salve to Omnes, this is Emilia, also known as the Martian Geek, and welcome back to another episode of Super Luigi Land. In the last episode, we started on Cola Cavern, did some secret levels, did some regular levels, and all that. So let's continue through Cola Cavern with 4-4, Cola Cavern 4. Something ending in 4. And we're underwater again. Kind of an interesting take on the background, making the farthest layer a silhouette, kind of. I remember there being a crystalline underwater level in one of the other hacks, too. I was gonna say, do we have to add urchins to the list of enemies that are immune to fireballs? Or to thrown objects, rather. I mean, I guess technically a fireball is a thrown object, but not in the same way as something like a Koopa shell or throw block. And that one goes all the way to the wall. Leave the fish alone. So if there are any lava lotuses in this level, I know what to do with them. Also, wow, that is 2 acorns that are really close to each other. I suppose it happens. So now what's the best way to get that one? Just go down and collect it, I suppose. Take out the Rip Van fish from a distance, if possible. I've heard that those things aren't as hard to dodge as they seem like they would be, because their tracking routine actually doesn't quite aim for the player very well. But no one ever told me, so I'd rather play it safe. I don't know what this music is from either, but I'm, again, assuming custom composition. There's a fish that we don't have a block to deal with, and it looks like there is no vertical scrolling in here, so there shouldn't be anything beyond the top. Of course, I say that now. Some tight corridors in here. Admittedly, a lot of them are self-inflicted, I think. And wow, 5 acorns already. I forget if we even hit a midway point, but I suppose this level is less confusing than the one in World 2 was. But only because I didn't know how the lotuses work. That could have been very bad. But yeah, I think that was a perfect play. I forget if I got hit, but I at least didn't lose any lives, and that's the important part. Even got 40 bonus stars, so we're due for another bonus game. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just getting more used to how this game plays, but I still think World 2 was the one where I lost the most lives. I don't know what the deal is with that. Let's pick the middle one. We get a cape. And we get to Cola Cavern 5, which we already had access to, but now we have options. Hey, I recognize this custom composition. I wrote it back in like 2009. I've been meaning to remaster it to be a little more modern and better. It is called Earthy Caverns, and I made it for a contest level, one of the first level design contests I ever entered. So, we have quicksand, and we have these ants, which are from one of the Super Mario Land games, I think. We have the digging ones that basically act like digging chucks. We have the regular ants. Ow. We have these guys that shoot fireballs at you. That really shouldn't have worked, but hitboxes and all. Yeah, don't tell me there's nothing in here. Anything in here? Well, that was a big waste of time. But oh well. See, there we go. I ended up with a mushroom in stock. Ow, that was dumb. And I completely set myself up for that, too. Coins? Coins, okay. And this one doesn't have a secret exit. I like the kind of aesthetics and theming of this one. I don't know what those lanterns are from, or if they're... ow. If they're just made out of vanilla graphics or what, but... it's pretty alright. Anything up here? Indeed. See, now that reminds me of... ow, that was not what I meant to do. I was gonna say that one section at the very end of Buzzer Barrage in Donkey Kong Country 3 where you have to go up the narrow shaft. So it is Cola Cavern 6. And we have a Super Mario Bros. 1 underground level throwback. With blocks that have totally the wrong colored bounce sprite, but whatever, I won't judge. One of the few times when I'm okay with somebody using the Super Mario Bros. 1 underground music. Instead of Cola Cavern, this is like... ow. This is like running into Koopas like a moron. I don't know, what's a really old-fashioned soft drink? Things that wouldn't work in the original Super Mario Bros. 1. I'm also not sure why those platforms are 4 tiles wide instead of 3. That's a real shame. There should be a power-up around here somewhere, but... or actually... can I... ho-ho. Wild Buzzy Beetle shell on the loose. Yeah, we're not getting those other coins. But that is one way of doing that. Naturally, the only power-ups we have are mushrooms and fire flowers. See if I can scroll that shell off screen. And suddenly the platforms have gone right to 2 tiles wide. Speaking of wild shells on the loose. Can I spin jump through these? Who needs it? We have P-switches. Shouldn't the P-switch music be sped up too? I don't know how I got hit there, but... Never underestimate the power of clumsiness, I guess. And suddenly the music isn't sped up. Decrease in anxiety, I guess. Low ceiling. Well, relatively speaking, it was low, I suppose. Moving on to Cola Cavern 7. We have the same music, but a very different theme. How very pipey. That was a mistake. But not as much as that. Oops! That wall jump can be a little bit finicky sometimes. Oh, that's a Goomba spawning pipe. That was dumb. I panicked. And so far, no power-ups. Okay. So we need to go down there. More Venus fire traps. I don't know why I'm ducking when I'm small. I won't do anything. Force of habit, I suppose. Anything in this pipe? Nothing in that one. I can't believe I didn't die there, but I'll take it. So do we want to go? Okay. Yeah, I'll take the power up. Plenty of pipes, yes. All the same color, though. I mean, I guess Super Mario World is really the only game where that wasn't the case, and I guess some of the newer games. Also, those nippers look... Oh, we have fire-spitting ones. Now we don't. Those nippers look kind of silly without eyes, but... Whoa, keyboard, stop freaking out. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that silver P-switch, but that wasn't it. I kinda just bumbled around and hoped that I'd stumble into a good use for it. Hey, is this the first time we've had a star? I don't know, but I'm screwing up this. Yeah, what is that? The star theme from Super Mario Brothers 60 or Super Mario 64? Oof, that was a fire one. Sounds good, anyway. So there we go. That was very clumsy, but we made it. So I think we'll go ahead and finish off this one with the fortress. And this is interesting. We have kind of a sewer Ludwig's Castle type of deal. I guess it's not really a sewer, but it kind of looks like one. It does look a lot like Ludwig's Castle, though. Just more open than that. Apparently, I can't talk. I don't know. I'd always thought that this kind of design for castles and stuff was kind of neat. Like Ludwig's Castle, Forest Ghost House, Naval Piranha's Castle. Speaking of piranhas. I don't know why I like it. Of course, I don't tend to think sewer levels in Mario games are all that bad either. And sometimes they can be rather interesting. Certainly puzzly. Yeah, again, I feel like this is a level where having the cape wouldn't be all that overpowered. At least not from a platforming standpoint. It does let us actually get rid of dry bones permanently, so there is that. And now we have a Super Mario Bros. 3 styled vertical level. Complete with this type of platform. Which, I guess I kind of remember this one too. But again, I'm not sure if I'm remembering simply a similar level in a different hack. It still weirds me out that sideways piranha plants don't have the limitation of... I don't think that's supposed to happen. That sideways piranha plants don't stay in the pipe when you're too close to them like the vertical variant does. Screen wrap is still funky. I always thought this was kind of a... That's not what I wanted. There we go. I'd always thought that was kind of a neat gimmick too. The multi-directional thingy. I want capes. That's one way of getting them, I suppose. Wait, is that just continuously looping? Well, now it's not, because only one of them can be on screen at the same time. So many capes. And it's boss time. Boom Boom again. What's the gimmick here? Is it just base Boom Boom? Except with pipes this time? Certainly looks like it. Well, it still got me. Yeah, I will say that is one consistent weakness with Gamma V's hacks is the boss battles, while a step above the original Super Mario World ones, still leave something to be desired. I mean, I can't fault her for it too much. She is not an ASM person, and the options for custom bosses tend to be kind of limited. I will say I think that bosses are made out to be harder to code than they actually are. But that's an argument for another day, I suppose. We're 2/3 of the way through Cola Cavern, thereabouts, so we gotta finish it up next time. See you then.